Joe's.
Well, here we go. Cora is feathering Wendy's hair properly. Right, Cora?
Well, we've already put this beautiful section in.
Oh,
We've already picked the feathers out of many, many beautiful grizzly rooster feathers. Blessed, we have neighbors with pheasants and all kinds of other feathers you can resource locally. And then I like to do 2 sets. Of course, you can do 1, many in your hair, but because you still want to be able to brush your hair, and I'm used to having them for many, many years in my hair, so I'm kind of used to it. And like having just 2 sets. More than 2, I find a lot to be brushing my hair without kind of hooking the bead at the top. We then find a bead. I've got all kinds of beads that are going to kind of match different hair colors.
Right.
So
There's the
I've
beads.
done the one that seems to be the most kind of subliminal. And then we're just going to go ahead and we've picked 4 to 5. I always do 4 to 5 minimal feathers. Anything less than that, I find they don't last as long because there's not as many feathers to grab hold of the hair. So I always say 3 to 5, and my personality always has done 4 to 5.
And it kind of
feathers
stays inside that tiny little bead, right?
And then, of course, every feather has a strong point. You've got
pretty delicate.
You've got a very obvious end to them. And then you've got more of a gentler, softer end. And often I'll go by color. I'll put maybe the deeper color in the bottom. The striped ones are actually from the grizzly rooster, the side saddles. And they do lose their feathers. And I know, sadly enough, when this became a huge trend, I'm blessed to have been ahead of the trend and had already sourced a bunch that were healthfully, what's the word? Sourced in a positive way before it became some crazy trend. Exactly. Now I'm blessed I can get feathers locally. I don't have to be getting them online anyways. Nice. Other than that's something to consider because I know people like ourselves are very conscious about animals and being kind to animals and all sentient beings. Other than it did become this very pretty trend, and like any trend, then things get out of get kind of crazy, get out of balance, and people are doing things that aren't maybe the best for a fashion statement or whatever.
And you've been
you're crimping it.
And Cora, you've already been doing that for like 20, 30 years, right?
Crimp it.
Which is amazing, right? Like
I did feather earrings in my early teens, and then in my 20s I got into hair feathers. Didn't wear feathers again until my maybe mid-30s, late 30s, and I've been wearing them now, and I'm actually in my late 50s now.
That.
So we're just going to squeeze that bead super tight.
Right. Okay, so they're not coming out of there. Those are pretty wild, huh?
And then we're going to, I may change the color of the bead at some point when I get
so
new.
What are you clipping off? Oh, you're clipping off just the excess feathers.
Just the little
tails. The end of the
tails.
crimp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's how to feather hair, Gulf Island style.
Well, okay.
So we got a gal with her white wine and some feathers in her hair.
Paradise. I'm having a glass of white wine. We're in paradise.
It is paradise. We got, look what they're wearing. This is Thanksgiving Day, by the way, in Canada.
I'm going to show you how you can curl them, even though I don't do a lot with my hair. I curl my hair in 5 minutes. It's really kind of fun.
Well, she's got them in her hair too. See, I just want to show you.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we'll do that the next video.
Look at this. So she's had these in here for a long time. See that?
So you said
look at
these
that. That's
feathers
cool,
are almost like your hair.
Yeah, they are your
You can
hair.
actually, if you wanted to curl them, you could.
You literally pretend they're your hair. You curl them, braid them, brush them.
Wow.
Other than just the bead where they're attached, you don't want to. You just want to be careful not to hook that part because, of course, that will pull your hair. But other than that, only on the odd occasion is because depending on Wendy does have very fine hair. On the odd occasion, you might find one in your shower. Maybe it's kind of made its way out.
Feather, okay.
Because you have really fine, slippery hair. So that's just something to play with. And sometimes I will then braid that person's hair with a tiny braid to make it be a little bit more tight.
Braid the hair underneath the bead?
Yes, just to give it something. And sometimes I'll backcomb the hair and make it a little bit disheveled under the bead so it has something to grab onto.
Okay.
But the next video we're going to do is curling it. And just showing how you can curl
Okay,
feathers.
stay tuned.
All right.
Thanks for watching.